your vehicle can have battery issues at any time, but in winter is the most likely time for batteries to fail. Today, we're gonna take a look at a modern option designed to replace jumper cables. This is the Topdon VS2200 Plus. It's a battery booster, a jump starter, and a battery tester. We're gonna take a look at some of the features in depth, and we're gonna find out just how many times this thing will jumpstart a car on a single charge. Is it gonna be once, 3 or 4 times, or can we get way more out of a single charge? We're gonna find out. Before we get started, thanks to Topdon for sending us this one. And if that's not enough, they also gave us a discount code for you guys to use, which is super cool of them. I'll have that for you coming up in just a few minutes. Here's what you're gonna get when you buy one of these. So first of all, I wanna call out a couple things that they mentioned on the box. Now we get into a lot of this in testing and explanation in the video, but just good to know things like, you know, it starts all 12 volt battery vehicles up to 8 liter gas and 6 liter diesel. We'll mention that a couple times, but then they show you like trucks, cars, performance vehicles, marine, boats, and so on, right? It's got a lot of safety features built in. It's got reverse polarity protection, to name one, for those of you that aren't as familiar with the difference between the red terminal and the black terminal. The USB-C port is bi-directional, so you can charge out devices with it, like, you know, mobile devices, tablets, laptops, and you also use that same port to charge the battery jump starter. This is a 16,000 milliamp hour battery. It's a big one. The LED light, I will show you in a second, and something else that I thought was cool was it'll give you jump start reports in the app. So it'll give you like cranking tests and charging tests. It's not just a battery tester, it will actually give you efficiency tests, so as a predictive tool, for example, to let you know that you've got something that's about to be failing. All right, so let's take a look inside. So first things first, you've got the actual battery tester module with the clamps. You've got the documentation, which has a lot of good, helpful stuff in it. Tells you how to hook up the smart clamps, tells you what the lights do on the side of the battery tester. They go into how to recharge the jump starter, take you through some good examples of how to jump start and when to use the boost, how to use the boost. And so it's good documentation. Not all documentation is good. This one is. This is the charging cable. If you don't have one, it's a USB-A to USB-C. And then, of course, we've got our battery module here. And this guy has a couple USB ports for charging your devices on the side. Those are USB-A ports. One of them will do 2 amps, and one of them will do, it's a quick charge port, so it's variable. So some modern ports there, and then your USB-C port is on this side. That's bi-directional. There is a DC charging port over here as well if you buy their additional DC adapter. And then this is where your battery tester plugs into. But also notice this light, and it works as a light. It will also do emergency flashing, and it'll do SOS mode. So pretty cool, especially the SOS mode I think is pretty cool. So there's your flashing, and then should be your SOS mode, yeah.
Okay guys, let's get to this test. The manufacturer says that you can jumpstart up to 35 times on a single charge. That's insane. And of course, I needed to put that claim to the test. But that's not easy if you think about it. I'm gonna have to carry this thing around and trust that it will do its job because my vehicle's got a dead battery. At which point, I'm stuck with a dead battery and a car that won't start. So clearly I'm about to take one for the team here. So here are the rules and how I decided to test this. I'm gonna try to start the car every time on the car battery first. And then if it won't crank, I'll connect it to the VS2200 Plus. If it won't immediately start, remember it has a boost feature. I'll give it a couple more tries over the next minute or so. And at that point, if it won't start, we'll consider the test done. So here we go. Start your engines, or don't. One. Number 2. Two. Hold on.
Let's hit the boost button.
Okay, so the boost button worked for number 2. This is going to be number 3. This time I left it sit on the battery for about 30 seconds before I tried to crank it. So let's see what happens. And barely, but without the boost, it worked. Number 4. All right, here comes number 5. Just hooked it up. Number 5 in the books. Number 6, which is ironically like 20 minutes after number 5. Here we go. Seven. And maybe 8 as a bonus. 7 and 8, everybody. All right, this is gonna be number 9. Just want to point out here that we are showing on the indicator we're down to the last quarter, the last 25% of the charge on this unit. And this thing was clicking for a minute when I hooked it up. So I've been working this pretty hard, but this is number 9. Let's see what happens. And I've got it on a trailer for all of you wondering why I'm reaching up. That's it. Oh, wait. We got a 9th one. 9 in the books. Here goes attempt number 10. Ten in the books. I'm impressed. Here comes 11. Going for number 12. That was not the starter's fault, the booster. So this will be 13. Crank number 13. 14. All right, this is gonna be 15, and I've got an assistant on this one. Go. Here comes number 16. This is gonna be crank number 17, and just want to point out that the last light in the power indicator here on the battery is flashing. We may be getting close to the end. We'll see. Here we go with 18. Here comes number 19. This is getting impressive. This is attempt for 20. Oh, 21. That's it. I was wondering how much more this thing could take. I gave it a second and we got 21. How about that? And here comes 22. Here we go. Here we go. I think 21 was it, guys. One more shot here. Just keeps on impressing me. So we've gotten 22 cranks out of this thing so far, and we'll try for the next one. Here comes 23. Wow. 24. Here comes 25. And 26. This is going to be attempt 27. I just wanted to show you guys something, or let you hear this. I am getting a beeping that I have not gotten before, and that could be warning me that the thing needs to be charged, but because we are trying to see how many cranks we can get, we are going to ignore that for now and start it. Nope. Looks like it's not gonna make it. One more try. Nope. All right, so there you have it. I think our official end count was 26, which is fan-freaking-tastic. And these aren't just for cars. You can also use this jump starter on, like we said before, just about anything with a starting battery, like your lawnmower. All right, so we completed our crank test. We know how many cranks we're gonna get out of this thing. Didn't wanna basically just keep rolling around with a bad battery, so put a new battery in. I went with an Optima yellow top, and I've got all the capacities right here on the label. But when I got this battery, it was completely dead, meaning like I put it in, it would not crank turnover at all, nothing, barely clicked. So that sometimes happens. It had not been sitting on the shelf that long. The manufacturing date was a couple months prior, but put it in, use the jump surge to start it, of course, because why not? And have been driving it around now for a couple weeks, but I want to test it, right? So remember, this thing's a battery tester. It's not just a jump starter, and we want to have the ability to proactively check our battery condition. So I've got the app hooked up. Remember, you don't need the actual battery box if you just want to do a battery test. I've got it paired to my phone over Bluetooth. I put in the cold cranking amp capacity, and this is what I get. If you can see here, it says the battery is in good condition, but it needs a charge. Now, again, this is after driving around for a couple weeks. And one of the nice things that I do like about it is you've got an option here to print that out or share it. Another interesting option that I got on the second time that I tested it, and I input the cranking amps as opposed to the cold cranking amps, and I basically got the same result. But if you can see here, it does say, please retest after charging, which is pretty interesting. It's telling me we need to charge this battery really to get a good test. All right, so you've got a couple features here that are pretty cool on the battery test app. It's not just a traditional battery test. You do have that, but you've also got a cranking test and a real-time voltage display as well as a charging test. Now, I haven't gone through these other ones yet. I wanted to try the cranking test. I did it wrong the first time. Basically, they have a nice little wizard, and I did not follow the steps in the wizard before I just tried to crank the vehicle. So we're gonna go through the cranking test here. I'm gonna tap it. All right, it's gonna basically tell me how to hook things up and where to hook the clamps up. And I'm gonna say next, and it's gonna tell me to turn off all accessories and start the vehicle. So step one, turn off all accessories. That's at the top. See, that's highlighted. I went on to step two last time. That's where I made my mistake. You've gotta hit next first, and then it tells you to press confirm, and then it's gonna wait to detect a start. So I'm gonna do that now. I'm gonna hit confirm, and I'm gonna go crank. And then it asks, is the engine started successfully? We will confirm. And I have a nice little readout chart there of what just happened. So for the charging test, same kind of deal. Tells you how to hook up the dongle and how to use the clamps and where to connect the clamps. And then it tells you to start the vehicle. Now this is basically an alternator test to make sure that the alternator on the vehicle is working. So step one, start the vehicle. Step two, turn off all electronics. And step three, turn on the electronics. So let's see what happens. Let's go next, turn off all accessories and start the vehicle. Press confirm to continue. All right, we're started. We're gonna hit confirm, and it's gonna take a minute. All right, turn off all electronics. They are off, so I'm gonna go ahead and hit next. And this next step tells me to keep all electronics off, increase the engine speed to 2,500 RPM and hold it, then press confirm to continue. So I've gotta go step on my gas pedal and hold the tach at 2,500 RPM. I'm gonna do that. I'll be right back. If you guys can hear me, you're gonna hear me rev this up here in just a second. Here we go. That is 2,500. I'm gonna hit confirm and hold it there. Probably got a whole lot quieter for you guys. And next. Turn on the accessories, headlights, air conditioning, radio, etc., and press confirm to continue. So let's do that. I'm gonna turn on the AC and the radio, and let's see what happens here. Confirm. Are you guys having fun watching me in my car? So let's see. Oh, this is cool. I'm gonna bring it back to the camera. So again, this is an alternator test of sorts, and it's showing me the current charging voltage. The loaded voltage is a little over 14, if you can see that, and the unloaded voltage is about 14.2, so there's a 0.2 of a volt difference there. So it's nice. If you're not sure why you have a dead battery, maybe step one is you do a charging test, test the alternator, and there you go. Of course, you do have to get the vehicle started. Okay, so you've made it this far. Maybe you're ready to throw your old jumper cables in the trash. Maybe you're asking, hey Keith, you've convinced me, but how do I get one of these? And is there any way that I could get some sort of a discount? Well, since you asked, Yes, there is, and I'm going to tell you that right now. Head on over to our website at partscounterguru.com, and if you click on the Show Specials tab, and you can do this from your mobile device or you can do this from a computer, tablet, anything, you will see a link to the Topdon website, and you will also find the code that you can use there, which is, by the way, PCG10, and that will get you a 10% discount off of anything on their website, not just the battery booster kit. You're welcome, guys. So head over and check that out, and you're welcome to tell your friends. All right, guys, so that is just about it. If you've made it this far, thank you for watching, and I gotta say, I was a skeptic at first. I am thoroughly impressed, without a doubt. This is the best jump start kit I have ever seen or used. You gotta have one. Go get one, put it in one of the family vehicles, keep it handy. The battery tester alone blew me away, just with all the features and capabilities there. And you also get the capability to help crank your car dozens of times on a single charge. So, I mean, what's not to like about one of these? Again, thank you guys so much for watching. You know what to do, and we'll see you on the next one.